my job. I know my job. I know my situation. I know I'm fine. That's how I do
Production.
check it, you know. But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is fight day, and we're back. We're back with another episode brought to you by our Patreon family, giving us the ability and luxury to come and go as we please. So we're going to be talking a little bit of Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, which is quite shocking, surprising, exciting news. I know that my co-host said that the pay-per-views did about 2 million. From a little more searching, I think that it's over 2 million. I mean, Dan Rafael used the words topped 2 million. So, I mean, it can mean both. Regardless, us as boxing fans should be rejoicing that we have a new cash cow. We have a new athlete in the sport of boxing that can carry the torch. I mean, that is quite a leap from previous pay-per-view numbers of all other pay-per-view stars, and we'll get into that in more detail. Let me head on out to my co-hosts around the world. We're going to go out to everyone's favorite
Gennady Golovkin Production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just hope the guy, I wish.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware. And this news, Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G pay-per-view numbers doing over 2 million buys. That's coming from Dan Rafael of ESPN on his ESPN chat. I forget what he calls it, but he said that his sources in HBO are saying that it's looking like it did over 2 million. Other rumors out there are saying that did just below Mayweather versus Canelo, which was 2.2 million. So we're looking at 2.1, a little bit over that potentially. This is rarefied air. To put it in perspective, Manny Pacquiao on him being the A side has never done a 2 million plus pay-per-view buy rate. Never done it. Mayweather was really the only guy to have ever done that. And now we have Canelo doing that with a guy that wasn't a pay-per-view star. And to put in perspective, Mayweather did that with Oscar De La Hoya, who was definitely a pay-per-view star, and Canelo, who we all knew had the potential to be a pay-per-view star. And now Canelo's doing it on his own with Triple G, who was definitely not a pay-per-view star. So this is just a case of this fight captivating the casual audience in a way that I think went unnoticed. A lot of hardcores, I think, were just thinking that this fight was going by. It was big, but didn't seem huge. It was huge. These alleged numbers, if they're true, prove that this is a massive event, just short of some of the biggest fights in boxing history in terms of numbers. So salute to both these guys.
Dollar DiBiase on the track. I killed Superman. I'm Doomsday. I guess that's your intro, bro.
Damn, yeah, I got a straight hit Dollar DiBiase for that intro, man.
I actually hit him up right now, all fair. Told him, yo, get that ready. Like, what's the hold up?
I got what I gotta say about this. I mean, the last pay-per-view buys on Gennady Golovkin with Danny Jacobs was 170,000. So this is a big difference in the carry out that that is Canelo, the superstar. And there was a lot of people that were kind of downplaying the fight because of the Mayweather McGregor action and all the coverage that it engulfed from every other boxing match. But 2 million pay-per-view buys, that's awesome. And I can't wait to get into the dynamics of what made this matchup so successful. And is Canelo really the next one to carry the torch?
Definitely. I was shocked, man. And Matt, you're right. It is impressive. Both times Gennady Golovkin did a pay-per-view. I mean, he didn't even come close to 200,000. Canelo is that guy. And really, I mean, you said it beautifully. Like, Mayweather had the help of Oscar and Canelo. in this one, you know, not to put Triple G down, but there's a history to prove that he isn't a pay-per-view star. But it's no different than, I guess, you know, styles make fights. Oh, shit, we forgot all about the super producer.
I know you did. I was about to mention that. I'm like, yo.
There'll be nothing but smooth sailing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Come on, Ness, man. Get the guns out. Shoot yourself.
Oh, man, I'm going to get the guns out on you. I bet you tap your mic and we don't hear it.
No. Come on, Steven.
Told you. Where's my gun? I'm going to shoot him. See? I probably.
It worked on the test. It worked on the.
It was probably my subconscious, like, yo, you know, Stevens never got his mic connected. Don't go to him. You know what I'm saying? There it is. It's over. It's over. Blanc. Dollar DiBiase just hit me back. He said, I got you. So use that chat to give him any influence that you want. You know, if you want some particular Marvel Comics Doomsday type of
any boxing quotes, any music.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, you know, I gotta include
everybody that wants an intro should definitely check out Dollar DiBiase's Patreon page. It makes it a whole lot easier. Instead of going through me and me contacting him and being that middleman, deal directly with the super producer of the Boxing Voice when it comes to intros, beats. He can make your own YouTube music. If you have a YouTube channel, you need some background music while you talk some shit. I mean, holler at Dollar, man. Let's all be a family and help each other grow. He's definitely putting out fire beats, and he can really do whatever it is that you want. Creative for sure. So we are in this conversation, right? And 2 million buys. And I'm just thinking, wow, Guerrero didn't do that, but there was 900,000 people, right? Like, and I think it comes down to
Guerrero.
Yeah, Guerrero did about 900,000 with Floyd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess I needed to fill in all those blanks, right? I'm sorry. I'm thinking inside my own head. But the thing is that I think it comes down to fear. Fear is what sells pay-per-views, right? So with Mayweather, right, and Oscar, right? Obviously, Mayweather was the bad guy, so people thought Floyd could beat Oscar, and that fight was big. Then with Canelo, same thing. Young, big guy. Oh, he could beat Floyd. Same thing. Did a bunch of numbers. And then McGregor, the unknown, a bigger man, 175. The way that he talked sold that fight. And obviously, you've seen those numbers. And with Canelo, it was Gennady Golovkin and that fear. Because 2 million, I mean, 2 million didn't come out for Cotto. Think about that. Like, Cotto is a bigger star than Gennady Golovkin, but fear sold this fight. And think about how big that fear was. Because remember that this fight got quote unquote eclipsed. We can't even use that phrase anymore. I mean, you can't say that it got eclipsed. Yes, we could scratch our head and say, shit, what would it really done if maybe Mayweather and McGregor didn't, you know, try to do a Dikembe Mutombo, that back when I used to watch basketball anyway, you know, and block them.
That was a good one.
You know, yeah, I know, because it's a rap reference anyway. They should be able to hold on to that. But, you know, if they wouldn't have blocked them, what could this really have done? You know, if the sun wouldn't have been blocked, excuse me, you know, that fight wouldn't have been blocking them from actually flourishing. But I am still very much impressed. This is another reason why I think if this is true, well, then Canelo can do whatever he wants. Before Cinco de Mayo, on Cinco de Mayo, he could fight Rosado. Winner of Glenn Tapia Rosado, he could fight him, and guess what? Maybe it does 750, 900,000. Maybe Glenn Tapia and Gabriel Rosado become Canelo's Robert Guerrero to Floyd Mayweather.
Completely false.
All right, maybe I said.
No, I have. Let me point to some evidence. The biggest pay-per-view star in history of Floyd Mayweather goes from a historic biggest pay-per-view ever, over 4 million pay-per-view buys, to 450,000 pay-per-view buys with Andre Berto.
Yeah, but that is
the casual fans only buy fights they care about. This is a fight they care about.
Can I just rebut just a little bit to that?
Yes.
I think that is an unfair metaphor or analogy at this point, because there was a down due to the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, right? We were very excited. There was a 7-year buildup, and the anticipation didn't live up to, you know, the actual outcome. So then after that, he goes and he really smacks you in the face and he says, my next fight is going to be Karim Mayfield or Andre Berto. You know, So he set those waves, I think. Matt,
Okay, fine rebuttal. Now I'm going to use Canelo's own track record. He goes from a 900,000 close to a million pay-per-view buy rate with Miguel Cotto, then does 460 or 480 with Khan, then what? It was like 320 with Liam
I
Smith.
don't know, man. I remember people saying 600,000 with
No,
Khan.
it wasn't. I've already pointed out articles. We've had this discussion on air numerous times. It's in the 400s and then goes to the 300s with Liam Smith.
And I still think that's
let me finish my point. Let me finish my point because that was just evidence. My point is the casuals cared about this fight. They don't always care about fights like a Liam Smith or Amir Khan. Can he make money off of them? Yes. But the ones that are going to do $1 million, $2 million, those are always going to be fights that are massive, magnetic. I mean, I listened to other podcasts that are unrelated to boxing, and all they talked about for the last couple of weeks were this fight, Canelo Triple G. Complete casuals who never, they talk about music or technology or video games, and they were talking about Canelo Triple G. Like, this fight captivated the casual audience. You can't throw in a Rosado or a Tapia, and it's going to do the same thing. It's not going to do even close to that.
Do the same thing. I never said that. I said it would be his Robert Guerrero to Floyd Mayweather. Don't you get the analogy?
I don't think Robert Guerrero is an awful comparison to Tapia or Rosado at this point. Come on.
Well, we're talking.
Guerrero is coming off an Andre Berto win.
Not getting it. I'm still talking numbers, not fighters. I'm talking numbers.
Okay,
Robert Guerrero did number 900,000. So I'm saying that the drop off.
But Robert Guerrero was coming off a big win, and he wasn't coming off of a. How often do we say that Glenn Tapia should retire? How often should we say that Rosado should retire?
I hear you, but what I'm telling you is the star power of Canelo. He took a guy that has only done 150 to 170,000 pay-per-views and took him into the 2 millions. Listen to what I'm saying. Just walk with me because you love arguing, okay? If he could take a guy that did 170 to 2 million, how the fuck can he take Gabriel Rosado or Glenn Tapia to 700,000 was the number I used?
Because there's no fear. You said it.
No. And we're gonna use now you're saying facts, right? But yet there was no fear when he fought a 147-pounder and he took him to your 460. There was no fear when he fought an unknown UK Liam Smith and he took him to 3-something. Stop it.
Those aren't
that was pre Golovkin.
But that was post Cotto. That was post Cotto.
Post Golovkin now. Now we're talking, oh shit, he wasn't afraid. Oh shit, he didn't run. Oh, he was there hitting them back.
Mayweather post fucking Oscar De La Hoya, post Canelo, post Pacquiao has done bad numbers as well. Or relatively bad numbers.
I mean, look, it's all good.
I mean, I'm just saying, casual fans will make a pay-per-view go from 150,000, 300,000 pay-per-view buys all the way to 1 million, 2 million.
Matt, let's just not forget that
Guerrero came close. That was 900,000, like you said. So that was a big fight.
I was about to say something that probably was wrong. Did we make pay-per-view buy predictions? I feel like I'm coming the closest. I feel like I said 1.5 and you didn't even think this was.
No, I said 1.5. We said the same. I think Doomy said like 3.
No, I thought I said 1.8.
No, you said 3, motherfucker. Like, come on.
3?
Yeah, you were being very optimistic that day. You got some good reads.
No, you are right. You are right.
You were like 4. You're like 3.
So then he's right. He picked it. He got a better pick.
We're closer. We're technically closer. We're technically closer though.
Oh my god! But we were under.
We were technically closer though.
Matty gets aggressive with the numbers.
If this is blackjack, he's over. He's gone. He lost the hand.
But yo, you know what? We keep talking about how Canelo brought the star power, how he's able to carry these fighters into these huge pay-per-view numbers. But this particular fight, like, how much credit are we giving Triple G? Even though his last pay-per-view buy, even though his pay-per-views last buys were low, compared to these, how much credit do you give to that camp in bringing up the fight to this level? Because I think that the promotions were very good on Triple G's part, and I think that he had a huge part in these numbers.
Dance partner. It's like I said, it's the fear. So you have to give him credit. But the thing is, you're always going to wonder, can he do it on his own the way that we know Canelo can? That's
but I mean,
that's the question. Yeah,
go ahead, man. Like Doomy said, how much credit do we give to Triple G? We have to give him a ton of credit because without Triple G, I don't know if there's really anyone at 160 or 150. Hold on, let me finish. Or at 154 that he gets to 2 million with.
Yeah, no, it's the fear factor, and no one else. Maybe Charlo down the line, if he beats Quillen and Jacobs,
Yeah, Charlo has the potential.
Maybe he can start some fear and get the fight fans going like, oh, he's got to fight Canelo. But it's got to be that fight. It's got to be the fight fans thinking you're afraid. They will pay for that. They want to see you lose. And I thought it was a Mayweather thing, but this fight proves it. They wanted to see Canelo lose. But
you got to give credit to the fans too. That I'm pretty sure that a lot of people were looking at this fight, like you said, dangerous fight for both fighters, and I think that's what tips over that extra pay-per-view buys. It's the danger factor of these guys, like we're talking about. And I mean, there's a lot of people in the division right now that would present Canelo a good fight. So expect big pay-per-view number buys in these dangerous fights.
Yeah, definitely, because that's definitely the thing with Triple G. Triple G deserves credit in the sense that he presented a challenge that made people want to watch to see if Canelo could beat him. Triple G represented this kind of mountain they wanted to see Canelo try to climb. And that's the type of credit he deserved, because that's the kind of credit he's deserved his entire kind of later part of his career. He's been the guy to beat people. You're not going to pay to watch. You're not going to pay to look at a mountain, but you'll pay to watch a guy try to climb it. And that's kind of the thing.
Good analogy, Steven. Super producer coming through. I love it. It's interesting because you bring up, big numbers and I don't know. You said something about, I don't know. You were on the fear topic, and then you said, bigger numbers, which reminded me of Mr. Big Number himself, McGregor, right? Showtime themselves, instead of sending me a poster of Floyd Mayweather for covering a Showtime fight, they sent me a poster of McGregor. Post Golovkin, I seen new quotes from Oscar. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. Canelo, McGregor, you're laughing. You're laughing. Yet he would be.
Why?
Let me finish my thought.
Why did you put that thought into the universe?
Let me finish my thought. You're laughing. Yet you would be with a fucking bow tie and your little knapsack over the shoulder satchel bag at the UFC.
What satchel bag? What?
He has a satchel.
You mean the computer bag that everyone has? Yes.
Whatever, bro. He would be right there like, yo, Ness, man. Yo, make sure they got me on the list, yo. Yo. There's only two, man. Yo, I'm more there than do me. I mean, let me in, yo. Look at Brandon Shrubs.
I would totally throw do me under the bus.
Oh my God, look at Brandon Shrubs. Yo, you know how
Shrubs. I like how you keep calling him Shrubs. It's Brandon Schaub. Respect
Shrubs.
Look, could that theoretically happen?
Especially
absolutely. Hold on. Let me finish. I'll give it. I may run with you here, okay?
That's right.
That's a big money fight.
It is.
But for the love of God, I mean, pray to every God in the universe that doesn't happen. I pray to Allah, Jesus, Buddha. I'm gonna pray to all of them, okay? I hope that doesn't happen.
What? Wait. Let me ask you guys something. Being as though that Mayweather, the smaller fighter, beat McGregor, am I wrong? Will there not be interest? Because now we've seen actually Canelo get in there with Gennady and not be bullied. So, like, I mean, does the casual boxing fan even think that McGregor can do something to Canelo now at this point?
If Conor beat Paulie, yeah, it could happen. It could do 2 million. It won't do 4, but it'll do 2. Cool. Let's move on.
I'm pretty sure
the only reason people would want to watch would be to see, out of interest, to see if Canelo could stop him the way Mayweather stopped him, see if he could do it sooner or better, and vice versa, to see if McGregor would. It wouldn't be, I don't know. It would just to see how well they do against each other. Not really because it's a great fight, I don't think.
I think after the Mayweather McGregor fight, before McGregor decides to fight any top superstars like Canelo, he's gonna have to take another fight before he gets to that.
Because he talk about that.
Because the reason is because it's nonetheless it would be interesting. It would be
that is the public.
The public is sometimes not the smartest,
and that's okay. But it doesn't mean that we can't discuss it. I mean,
And yeah, we can discuss it.
Discusses just about anything on his panel. So I mean, we can discuss it. I mean, look, to be honest with you, and we can end it, move on, get to sponsors and callers, but like, he would need to do something like that. Like, you know, Paulie and any other fights are too dangerous. I mean, he did look better than what I thought, I guess. So I don't know, maybe second time around. But the point is, you keep losing your luster with losses. So, you know, you just got to strike while the iron's hot. Try to do some tune-ups and get tuned up. You know what I'm saying? But this was a quick one, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to jump out to the callers. First, a word from our...
And very quickly, remember, we will be back doing live fight chats on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice for Joseph Parker versus Hughie Fury and Jorge Linares versus Luke Campbell.
Yes, 2 big fights. We're going to be watching that heavyweight fight. That one is at 3 p.m., and you can find it on YouTube. Later on in the show, I'll give you the exact URL, maybe even put it in the fight chat once I get it off of this press release here. But really quick, a word from the sponsors, and then we're off to the callers.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
We're going out to my home state, New Jersey. I mean, talk to me.
Yo, triple 2.5 million is an excellent number. It's a changing of the guard. I think, you know, somebody said 170,000 Triple G and Danny Jacobs. So you're counting cancer survivors and Triple G fans and boxing fans that paid for that, right? 170. So even if we're going to give him extra credit and say after that fight he earned a following, at max, you say Triple G only bought half a million. He bought that 0.5 million, and Canelo brought the 2 million to the table. Because Canelo, again, it's the changing of the guard. I mean, as a boxer, people are now not, you know, hating on him per se, but anytime we put somebody up there as the next guy, you want to see if he's the next guy. So tune in to see him lose. I think Canelo, depending on who he fights, he can go from anywhere between 2 and 3. And maybe, you know, for a bigger fight, perhaps a rematch with Mayweather or something crazy, maybe he could touch 4 million. But I think it's a great number. You know, I'm going to let y'all keep it moving. I know it's a quick show. And I'll talk to y'all fellas later.
I mean, well, don't forget, we will be here doing the live fight chat on Patreon, which you are a member of, for the Hughie Fury, man. We're going to watch that. Hughie Fury, you know, we've heard so much. UK listeners definitely big him up a lot. Joseph Parker, you know, we haven't seen him since the Andy Ruiz fight, so I'm really excited to see how well he looks. All these heavyweights will be fighting in this final quarter of the year. You got obviously Parker and Fury going at it today. Then you're gonna have Joshua and Pulev, and now Wilder and Ortiz, Brazil and Stavern. I mean, it's just getting really good for the end of the year. We're gonna move on out to the 718-781. First time caller, my friend. And he dropped. Did not want to talk. Alrighty then. We're going to go out to the United Kingdom, to everyone's favorite parody promoter, right? Robbie Hearns.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
BJ was gonna beat me, then yeah, you predict he's gonna beat me. He lost.
Why isn't Walter sold out 90,000? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Walter wants some of his work, you can definitely get it on ASAP.
ThaBoxingvoice.com. Hey fellas, how you doing?
Rob, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, all good. Getting ready for a good night of boxing, hopefully. Before I start my point, I just want to say, obviously it's a great number, but I just wonder, could it have been greater? Did the Maymac $100, you know, a couple of weeks before this, you know, put people out of pocket a little bit too much to get this fight? I felt there was a lack of, maybe not promotion, but just a lack of buzz for this fight. It just seemed to, you know, TBV, it just seemed to be brushed over a little bit until, you know, like the fight week. So I just wonder if, although being a great number, just how great could it have been had it been maybe pushed a little harder, and Maymack hadn't have happened before. I'm just wondering whether it's as great as it could have been. But you know, and also only as we saw it. But you know, fight of the decade, and it's done the 2.5 or whatever. But I just wonder if it could have been a little bit greater. But final thing, Canelo coined the phrase luck is for the mediocre, so I just want to wish Lainez good luck tonight.
Damn, calling them mediocre?
No, I just you know me.
That's
I'm
just
back in the UK fighter.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That's just some UK love. I hear you, man. Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell has a tough task because this is his biggest step up in opposition. It's on the grand stage. It's not in his hometown. We'll see if he does it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
he's
see.
obviously the goods.
I'm calling it. Campbell for the upset. Shock the world. He's going to hurt him to the body.
I don't know,
He's
man.
got
We
heavy-
had a bunch of UK callers calling in here, picking Brooke over Gennady and over Spence. So I mean, it's just too much UK pride over there. But I hear you.
No. It's not the pride. It's not the pride. I'm telling you, this is a head pick over a heart pick. But anyway, move on with the show, and I'll catch you guys later on the live fight chats.
For sure, Rob. Thanks as always for calling in. All right, so it's basically time to wrap this one up. We'll be back at 3 o'clock with the Huey Fury and Joseph Parker heavyweight title WBO matchup. First fight ever live on YouTube. So come on out, man. Let's definitely support this movement and show the promoters that this is an avenue that they can cater to boxing fans through making it simpler. Just think about it. You can actually go on the go and watch this now. YouTube streams perfectly over 3G, 4G, LTE, Wi-Fi. So it's definitely. And if you're paying for YouTube Red, you could download the fight and save it. So this is amazing. And I think that we need to get behind this so that we can see more fights on YouTube. I would definitely enjoy that for sure. In terms of final thoughts of Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez, topping, basically going over 2 million for this one. It is the rumor mill. We did get this information from Dan Rayfield's live fight chat or freak chat or whatever it is that he does. But, Dan is a leader in this sport. And his sources are usually spot on. We are bringing it to you as a rumor mill because it is that until we get some facts. But based on the rumor, I am very impressed with both men, not only their performances, but now their pay-per-view buys. If this number is correct, then it only makes sense to do rematches. But if this number is correct, I can see Canelo and Oscar getting quite crafty, contrary to Mr. Hipster's belief. But I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and on Twitter at NestGTO. And check out my vlog if you want to get fit like me. Remember, I was 278 at one time on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice for all your fitness and nutritional tips. Plus, catch the boys sparring. We almost on vlog day number whatever when I got up in the ring with that Cleveland Browns guy. So you just never know what you see on Ness's vlog.
And I am Matt Tipster Hunter. My final thoughts: Canelo, megastar. He is. He's entered that rarefied era. He's up there with the Tysons, the Pacquiaos, the Mayweathers, the De La Hoyas. He's up there with that pantheon of stardom within boxing. And he's only 27 years old. He still has a lot of time relatively compared to his age of a reign at the top of being a star. Let's see where it goes. Let's see if the instant rematch, happens. Let's see if these numbers call for that instant rematch. And I can't wait to see what Canelo and Triple G do in their future endeavors. I'm Matt Tipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram, my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. Peace.
And what can I say about the final thought on this one? I mean, I'm just glad that, the Maymack effect didn't affect the pay-per-view buys on this. I think we're all impressed by it. And like Maddie said, I can't wait to see if this third matchup beats this pay-per-view buy, and it's going to be on a better day for what they're geared to do. It's going to be on that Cinco de Mayo. We know it's big. And yeah, looking forward to the fights tonight. You can catch me on Facebook, Alexander Lainez, that's Lainez, or on IG, Alex_Doomsday_Lainez, Twitter, AlexTBV Lainez. And we're out.
And I was your producer, Stephen Calderon. You can find me on Twitter at Calderon92 on Twitter and sugar_Steve.c for Instagram. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, and please do not forget, you can always hit that thumbs up button, present, future, past. If you're watching this right now on the East Coast, if you're in Australia and it's the next day, it just doesn't matter. Hit the thumbs up, helps with the visibility of the show, allows it to grow, and gets you more interesting callers and opinions on the show. And remember to drop us a 5-star review. It is a perfect way to show your support for the Boxing Voice Radio. Keep us #1 on iTunes, where we've been at for numerous years, thanks to you. We will be back at 3 o'clock. Don't forget, talking some heavyweight live fight commentary in action. Bye.